This is Scrapling, a Python scraper that tries to fix the worst part of web scraping. The scraper works today, then breaks the second the site changes. One renamed class, one moved div, one bot check, and now your data pipeline is dead. Scrapling's whole claim is that your scraper can adapt instead of falling apart. It has over 53,000 stars on GitHub. It supports adaptive parsing, stealth fetching, and bigger crawler workflows. I'm going to test the one question that actually matters. Can it survive a website change without rewriting selectors? We're about to find out. So what is Scrapling? Scrapling is an adaptive all-in-one Python web scraping framework. You get a self-healing parser, stealth fetchers, browser-based fetching when JavaScript is needed, and a spider framework for bigger crawls. One install, one API. That means fewer broken scrapers and more usable data that we get back. Now, let's see the part that actually matters. If you enjoy coding tools that speed up your workflow, be sure to subscribe. We have videos coming out all the time. Now, here I have a basic setup, right? I've already installed Scrapling, so we'll keep this part fast. One import and one call is all we need to get the page. Up top here, I made some HTML that changes. One is like a generic starting site, then I kept the same thing, but I switched the CSS selectors. Let's say I want the product name and price. Now, normally I might grab them with CSS selectors, right? So page CSS, I drop in my selector, autosave true. I can do that and it's gonna work, and we're gonna get a dictionary of data back to us. Looks normal. Two selectors, a dictionary, I move on. That's it. But at the same time, that's actually the problem, because a normal scraper works great until that page changes. Now, what happens if the site randomly changes overnight? They redesign it, they do something to prevent this. So product title becomes item heading, or product price becomes pricing value. It's got the same data on the page, but the entire DOM changes. The old selectors should be dead, and this is where most scrapers are just gonna break. But now we can turn on adaptive mode. One change, autosave equals true, becomes adaptive equals true. So now I can still put product title with adaptive set to true. Same data, I didn't change the selectors. It's different page structure without the selector rewrite. That's the main idea here. Now, when you scrape an element with autosave true, Scrapling records clues about it. So it's going to record things like the tag, attributes, parents and children, any neighboring text, probably the DOM position, and the structural shape. So when a class name changes, Scrapling has more clues left. It doesn't need the entire site to stay the same. It only needs enough structural signal to recognize the element again. And that's the part that matters, because real scraper failures are almost never a total redesign. It's a renamed class, a new wrapper, a shifted layout, one tiny thing. That's exactly what adaptive matching is built for. Scrapling has three big pieces that actually matter. The first is adaptive parser, what you just saw. Then there's multiple fetcher, one workflow, right tool for the job. The fetcher goes for plain HTTP, fast for simple web pages. Stealthy fetcher can bypass anti-bots when needed. Dynamic fetcher is real browser for JS-heavy sites. One API, swap the fetcher, keep the code. The spider framework is when quick scripts turn into a real crawler. Async crawling, pause and resume, proxy rotation, streaming, and all those mixed sessions. The stuff you usually add on later, it's already there. Scrapling isn't just another parser. It replaces the scraping stack. Requests, BeautifulSoup, Playwright, retry logic, proxy helpers, spider code with one workflow. Scrapling is not saying BeautifulSoup is useless, and it's not saying Playwright or Scrapy is dead. BeautifulSoup plus requests is still great for simple pages. It's easy, it's readable, and everyone understands it. But it does not give you any type of stealth. It does not give you adaptive selectors, and it does not render JavaScript. And for larger parsing jobs, it can become the actual bottleneck. Now, Scrapy is powerful. If you are building series crawling infrastructure, Scrapy still deserves some respect. But Scrapy often means settings, pipelines, middleware extensions, and a lot more setup. Playwright and Selenium are great when you need a real browser. Sometimes the page just needs JavaScript. There's no way around that. But browsers are heavy. They are slower than raw HTTP, and they use more memory. And again, they still don't fix the issue of broken selectors. They run the page. They don't understand what your scraper meant to extract. So with Scrapling, you can use fast fetching when you can, stealth when you need it, use browser rendering when the page requires it, and use adaptive parsing so one small front-end change doesn't blow everything up. Now, all this doesn't mean Scrapling doesn't have issues, right? If you're dealing with data dome level protection, advanced fingerprinting, or aggressive rate limits, you may still need good proxies. So Scrapling can help, but it doesn't make you invisible. Dynamic fetching can also mean extra browser setup. That's just the trade-off when JavaScript rendering is involved. Here's some food for thought for all of this. Scrapling is worth trying if you do real scraping work, especially if you're building data pipelines, you have RAG jobs, AI agents, or anything that needs to keep running after the target site changes. The strongest reason to use it is not that it makes scraping possible. We already have tools that can actually do that, right? The strongest reason is that it reduces maintenance. Now, I'd probably just skip it if you have a really tiny script, right? Requests and BeautifulSoup are gonna do the trick, right? If you enjoy coding tools like this, be sure to subscribe to the Better Stack channel. We'll see you in another video.